Mm. Do. Dark pyromaniacs. Fucking fuck you. Fucking desert rat sweatshop. Dark Pajit has entered the chat.
Dark Khajiit.
Dark Pajit has entered the chat.
Oh, Pajit. I thought Khajiit.
No. These damn Pajits in the chat, bro.
I'm just letting the commentary go on. Hello,
Ding
everyone.
ling 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 bio streamers, you need some art. You need some art for your channel because your art is ugly. And then it's like you look at all of them, all of the leaks go to the same place. It's just the same guy peddling his shit art every single time. Get out of
Always.
here, Pajit. We don't want you here.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I was gonna do an intro and introduce everybody and the show and do the housekeeping and everything, but we're just going straight to the deep end of the pool this week. That's fine
It's
though.
the hour of the rat.
It is clang clang.
Clang clang, bitch. It's the hour of the rat.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or this.
Hey, Shay, Bing Shilling.
Welcome to the Living Joke, everyone. My name is Cameron Cowan. That's Connor. That's Will. I wanted to remind everyone to follow us on social media. TikTok and Instagram are the best places to find us. TLJ_joke, and of course, you can find everything at thelivingjoke.substack.com, including extra videos of the guys gaming. We have a bunch of those rolling out here soon, and we also have Will's art from his big art wall project and whatnot, fun stuff from Connor. We're gonna try to get some Magic the Gathering content out of him here soon. Like some
Oh, we
deck
should all
lists.
play on Discord.
Yeah.
We should play a game on Discord and record it or stream
Yeah.
it.
Yes, there's plans in the works for that. And I forgot to mention last week, we recorded our first watch along. It needs to go to be edited and get fixed up and everything. But we did record our first watch along, so that's going to be tons of fun. And you can find it all at thelivingjoke.substack.com. And this is usually the part where I bring in the guys. So, but here they are anyway. So, welcome everybody to the Living Joke.
Ooh. Surprise.
Hello.
Yes. And it is, you would never guess by what Connor's wearing, but it is very cold here. It is like 25 degrees outside. It is.
Did it snow there yet?
No, we
The
had
other day
freezing
it did.
rain. Oh, did it?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it
freezing
did a
rain.
little bit. Yeah, it was on the car.
This is what it looks like outside here.
Oh my,
for
you guys have
rollers.
got real snow. Yeah, we're not that advanced
Yep.
yet. Yeah.
Everything's frozen.
Yeah, we did get the freezing rain the other day. That was a lot of fun, and we also got there was snow, like a dusting that like stayed on cars sort of thing.
Yeah.
Everything else was kind of too warm. But yeah, Connor's wrapped in a blanket of snow. But of course he's such a badass, he'll go outside in that and boxers and shovel the sidewalk because he's a badass.
I like the cold.
Yes. Well, I was mindful of this because I was making this joke because this week there was a post on social media about a guy in Chicago who was doing his like morning run in like a t-shirt and shorts. It's like -10 in Chicago. It's so cold. It's been snowing, all this type of thing. And everyone's kind of like, what is up with that? Like, why do guys do that? I'm like, well, one, he's running. He's putting off tons of body heat. He's not actually cold. And for two, some dudes are like that. Colorado had lots of those dudes, the wear shorts in the cold weather. I was never one of them in high school, but there were a lot in high school and well into our 20s and whatnot. So that's why I was making that joke, because people are kind of like, why do men do it? I'm like, women respect it as strength. If you're a man that can survive the cold, that means you can care for her over the winter. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and women care about that shit. They wanna make sure that they're not gonna starve in the long winter. So
Yeah. In the great weird lizard brain, also beefier men. They do love beefy men. Beefy
exactly.
beef boys.
Exactly. So, yeah. So, ladies, get busy. thelivingjoke.substack.com. Just send us a message, leave a comment, and your comment will be routed to the man of your choice. So, you just let us know who you want to see, and we'll connect you.
I
So,
I'm not interested. Change my mind.
exactly. Exactly. Reverse psychology. It's Connor, though there may be a slight delay. He's currently booked out to like 2028. So but
Yeah,
email in
okay.
anyway. We'll line you up in the queue. Everyone will be served at the order in which they were received. But in seriousness, though, for the icebreaker, speaking of expensive things and all this type of thing, um, we're gonna dive right into our icebreaker. The world's only privately owned Fabergé egg sold at auction this week for $30.2 million. There's a picture of it here. Hang on.
Holy shit.
Here we
A
go.
Fabergé egg. Oh
Yes. Do you
wow.
know the history of Fabergé eggs?
Other than they're just a cute little ornament, no.
So these were commissioned by the Tsar of Russia, Tsar Nicholas II. This one was commissioned as a birthday present for his mother in 1913. The Fabergé was a very famous Russian jewelry house. Surprisingly enough, most people don't know this. The egg shape, the natural egg shape, is very hard to replicate man made. It occurs everywhere in nature, but it's very hard to make, actually, with the right proportions and balance and all the principles and all this sort of thing. It's one of the strongest shapes in nature, except for that one night I said that, and Will picked up an egg from the fridge and crushed it in the living room and sent egg stuff everywhere, but never a single one
That
cracked.
was fun.
I was horrified. And and so the problem is after the revolution, many of them were lost. Only a few exist in the world, and most of them are institutions. So there's very few to buy at any price. And this is one of the few in private hands, and it sold for $30.2 million.
Wow.
Yes. So it was sold at Christie's in the Russian artworks department, and it says here that Russian artworks department Margot Oganessian said that the new record reaffirmed the enduring significance and rarity and brilliance of what is widely regarded as Fabergé's finest creations, both technically and artistically. This was an exceptional and historic opportunity for collectors to acquire a work of unparalleled importance.
Mm.
So,
You have your new
yes.
partner over for the first time and they knock it off the shelf.
That would be horrific.
Like the guy
But
that ate the banana at the banana taped to the wall. The
yes.
$1 million banana.
Or the security guy who painted faces on a painting with no faces and destroyed millions. Yeah.
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 I
It's
Oh
mean,
no.
what did we gain? What did we lost?
quite
But
frankly, I think he improved
I,
that dumb painting, to be
I did
honest with
too.
you. But
I
I'm like,
think
it
it looks
looks
better with the
better.
faces.
Like, it looks better. I would put a note, improved by local security guard. Credit the man, he's improved it. Um, yeah, I thought it was just kind of an interesting. So I follow the art market a little bit because I used to work for an artist and I worked with Christie's on some of her work, and so I kind of follow the art market because I used to work in it a little bit. And I just thought I would bring this up as something kind of interesting. Of interesting note. Very rarely do you see these. You see lots of replicas now and knockoffs and all this type of thing, but this is an original Fabergé egg from 1913. So
It's exquisite. I mean the workmanship, and I mean
yeah,
that's not even doing it justice, that word. But no, really incredible.
yeah, it's a fascinating thing. And the interesting thing is this did go into a private collection, so this may be the last time we see a Fabergé egg for sale in our lifetimes, because most of
Hmm.
the other ones are at institutions. So they come onto the market very rarely, and this one has gone to a private collection. So it's
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, just a
Oh, very
small
cool.
yeah, just kind of a small little art anecdote, interesting thing going on in the world.
When I used to work at the Clark Museum as a security guard, but I did not draw any faces on anything. Um, there was this uggo ass Picasso. I think Picasso is incredibly overrated, but the abstract era specifically, this painting was a joke. It was a joke tribute in response to a painting by Francis Renoir, um, because everybody lambasted this painting as this like, oh, it's these two fat ladies, they look like they own like a bakery, there's so many rolls, like they lambasted this painting, and so he made this uggo ass painting of these two naked women opposite each other. There's one with like some funky tits, and there's one with a lot of bush and like full pussy out, nobody's got arms, and it's $13 million.
Man.
Yeah, the estate of Picasso had a deal with the French government to donate all of his works to the state of France for tax relief because they would have owed hundreds of millions in francs back then. We didn't have the euro yet when he died.
Mm.
Francs, and so to avoid paying all the taxes, which would have liquidated everything, and they would still owed millions, is they donated all the work they had in their possession at that time to the French state. One of the clever things Picasso did at the end of his life, which was kind of funny, is he wanted to have the most amount of paintings possible so his children would have money. So what he literally did is he would take a paintbrush and just fling some paint on a canvas, sign his name on it, and he did dozens of those.
Oh
Cat
wow.
friend. Yeah, cat friend.
Mm,
Yep.
no, Cam's never seen my cat.
I have not.
Now we've got.
The
Oh,
cat
Tugboat.
correspondence.
Are you gonna hire mine as assistant manager?
What do you
Yes, we
think,
can.
Tugboat?
Yeah, we can bring him on.
He said no. Yeah, sure. He's yeah.
So
You want
you
to
can
hire it?
you can turn in your HR forms to Pierre, the bear. It's but
There.
yeah,
Okay.
so it was an interesting sort of thing. And so yeah, towards Picasso's late, I would say anything Picasso after about 1950 is
Hmm.
low effort trolling.
Huh.
Basically, by that time he was famous and he just wanted to have as much material as possible to make as much money as possible. And so, literally, he died in the late 70s. He spent 20 years basically being like, I'm famous and people will pay millions just to have a canvas signed by me. So, here's a swish of blue and a signature. Next.
Next.
So the honestly the good stuff is before the war, pre-war Picasso, and I'm saying before World War II because he had the blue period during World War One. I would say peak Picasso is between about 1914 and 1940. That's the
Hmm.
good stuff. Everything after the war is meh. Some of the stuff
Don't
before about 1913 is also meh. But 1913, 14 to about 1940 is the height of that career.
don't
So,
mention the war. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it.
yeah.
But-
Yeah. Meanwhile, the others like Dolly's best stuff was in the 50s. His late in life stuff was the best stuff. So, but
mm.
yeah, it's I always forget that you worked in an art museum, and but I love that though. And we've talked about it so many times and had all these conversations. I still sometimes forget.
Uh, yeah, we'll
Um,
talk about we'll talk about my career at the art museum when we do a section called People Watching on another
yes.
episode.
Yes, I always have my cousin Michael, who's very tall. We were at the Denver Art Museum, and he leaned on a glass case, and I was throwing him off of it the same time three security people came along. I'm like, "You touch nothing." He was like, yeah, he
Yeah,
was like 17. I'm like, "You touch nothing." Like,
you touch nothing.
you touch nothing. We will sit down on one of the benches, but you touch nothing. So yeah, I'm sure yeah, we should
Fool of
do
a
one
took.
on people watching. Yes. Absolutely, because I can tell some fun stories of some very strange things I've seen in airports, and train stations as the world has gone by. But anyway, the next segment's also me. Before we get into Connor's League of Legends update, which I'm very excited to hear about, Netflix is maybe going to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. This news came out last week. There's still tons of regulatory hurdles to get over to make this happen. Netflix offered more money than Paramount Skydance, led by Larry Ellison's son, in a investor group with Larry Ellison. Netflix offered bypassed Warner Brothers board, offered more money directly to shareholders, and that deal has been accepted. Although there are huge regulatory hurdles, there are bipartisan concerns about consolidation in the streaming industry, all this type of thing. But what is kind of interesting and is germane to us is that Netflix would have control of HBO, HBO Max, including Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, the DC Universe, Casablanca, everything Warner Brothers has ever done. Um, and and also Looney Tunes and everything else. So it's that's a pretty huge deal. So do you think having all those properties and all of HBO stuff and DC and everything over at Netflix is a good idea, a bad idea? Will you want to poke out your eyeballs?
Hmm.
Thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. As long as Netflix doesn't do anything stupid with it.
I mean, that's the hope, right? That's always the hope
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they don't screw it up, like we're gonna talk about later. When people screw things up, but it's not just Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owns a lot of things besides DC, and those they own Fandango.
Yeah.
They'll own the TNT network. They'll own the Warner Brothers streaming, HBO, Cinemax. Yeah, all the TNT
Good
sports
old
channels.
Skinamax.
They're inheriting like four game studios that are owned by Warner Brothers plus whatever other subsidiaries.
Yeah.
DC, Mad, Sandman, Hill House Comics, Murphyverse, DC's Young Animal Comics. Yeah, there's a lot that they're going to be picking up, and I mean, I think it'll bring a lot of the. Sometimes I don't want to pay for cable, but sometimes what that problem that everybody has is there's 600 channels but nothing to watch, and
Mm.
it's like that is the one thing about having a cable that's like kind of nostalgic to me, is that like when there's nothing on, you just throw on HGTV and just kind of do whatever, you know. So
Yeah.
HGTV on Netflix, I'm for it. I gotta say. Um,
There is talk of spinning off the cable channels as their own business. Paramount argues that Netflix has undervalued the cable channels, and I think
Disagree.
yeah, I think Paramount's grasping at straws is what they're doing. But Paramount's argument is that they've undervalued the cable channels, and there's talk of possibly spinning those off. Um, and that might actually happen because of regulatory concerns. The big one is that do we want the number one and the number three streaming platform merging together? Because I mean, if you have Netflix and HBO Max together, I mean, as someone who has both, we have free Netflix through T-Mobile, and then I pay for HBO Max. You know, I would be reduced down to one membership, maybe, sort of thing,
yeah.
which is convenient, but it's also that membership's basically uncancelable. I didn't have Netflix for a long time because there wasn't anything on it. I just did HBO Max. That's where the stuff I wanted is. But if those two, like, this basically makes Netflix, if you watch things, you're going to have a Netflix membership because they have two-thirds of streaming content. The only missing party is Disney Plus, obviously. Um,
it's a
and
double-edged sword for sure.
Peacock and all the others are not big enough to be relevant enough, sort of thing. Um, you know, but yeah, it is honestly the streaming consolidation is starting to feel like cable. I'm waiting. I am patiently waiting for someone to offer a streaming bundle, and life will have fully come full circle in
Yeah,
20 years.
they've
Like,
we've fixed so many problems that we have what we started with, and it's just cable again. But like it's something that we used to talk about, probably many people who had cable talked about, is I wish you could just buy the channels that you want.
yes,
And like it's always annoying when you're trying to pick a TV package because like Sling has some channels, Sling Plus has other channels. Then
yeah,
it's like, you can never get one TV plan with all the channels you really want. So in like that aspect, it's like if they're able to spin these around and make it available, it's like I personally would love like an a la carte system type of thing where it's like, okay, I got the base Netflix plan, and then it's like I want exclusive. I don't want all the other shit. I just want like DC HGTV and I don't know Fandango or something. That's all I
Yeah.
want. I can get it. And it's
That'd
like,
be
oh,
cool.
okay, now instead of having all of it, it's like really restricted and that keeps it to a smaller premium. That's something I've always wanted to see, but I don't think that would ever happen. The downside, though, is now, like just like you said, with this huge umbrella, it might make it so you have to have, it forces you to have this type of account if you want to even consume any Warner Brothers media.
Yeah, the sad thing is I too have always wanted the a la carte sort of cable satellite package. My mom talked about that a lot because we watched growing up, we watched a lot of foreign sports, rugby, cricket, curling, stuff that tends not to be very popular in the US, and getting international sports channels to watch that stuff is not cheap. And this when I got into the TV business, I worked in TV for a while. The reason for that is very, very simple. Most of TV and cable does not make any money. Almost everything you watch is subsidized by sports coverage, which is very expensive and makes a lot of money. And so the reason why you've never had a la carte cable channels or a la carte packages is because the business model doesn't work. There are whole
Mm.
channels that lose money every year. IFC is very famous for this. There's some great shows on IFC. They do movies, all this type of thing, and you be kind of like, how literally all HGTV, all of it is subsidized by sports. Without
Mm.
sports programming, the numbers for cable and satellite companies don't wash. Here's what I
Mm.
find funny though with this industry consolidation: our Comcast could have done this 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Put it all online, Comcast streaming, Netflix would be gone. They could have killed Netflix on the vine. Not necessarily Blockbuster, but Comcast could have simply started their own streaming service, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. That's the part I find funny if I'm Comcast, is I'm getting lapped by a company who was nothing 20 years ago, and you had all the power. It's Kodak all
Mm.
over again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It
So,
really,
Maybe
it
they
is
should have
done.
kept up with the times.
yeah.
Yeah, they're out of touch. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of people is like they're just out of touch and they're grasping to their thing because they just want to bleed as much money from it as they can
Yeah, and you'd think
at a certain
Comcast.
point.
Well, and you'd think Comcast would have figured that out when they bought NBC Universal. That they
Mm.
would have figured out, oh, and then eventually launches Peacock and all this type of thing. They would have figured out, like, you could have, when you renew your content contracts with your cable channels, you could have started a whole streaming thing, marketed that, as sort of like Comcast streaming only sort of thing. Um,
Mm.
and had upsells and all this type of thing and gone that route or gone like a Pluto or a Sling and had free pay to all this. Those all there were ways to innovate that would make that work and create additional revenue within kind of the existing business model. And none of the cable companies, not Comcast, not I forget that one down
Time
south,
Warner.
Time Warner, SBG, all of them, the lot of them, did not bother to innovate at all and kept everything behind these expensive subscriptions. And I laughed that we're about to end up right back where we started if this deal actually goes through.
The one
So,
thing you mentioned about how Paramount thinks they're undervaluing the channels, and it's like, no, I think they're valuing them appropriately at what they're worth now, but they
right.
are undervaluing. Like he is right, I think, because the potential for them to take this and turn it into something that makes boatloads of money is through the roof. I think acquiring all of these IPs that you don't have to pay for anymore,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, yes, and not only that aspect, but I think Paramount's point, the only point they might have is TNT has basketball. The NBA is not going
Mm,
anywhere. And the
the
NBA and
NBA
the
is
NBA has a somewhat exclusive thing with TNT. Now that's worth a lot of money,
Oh
sort
yeah.
of thing. And so I think Paramount may have a point in terms of TNT has value because of basketball and it's still distributed to all these cable systems and all this sort of thing. Um But I think Netflix also recognizes that the age of linear TV is coming to an end because let's face it, nobody under 40 has a cable subscription if they can all help it. That's our
Well, I think
parents and above.
they're just anything to just take away from the hard work of the black man,
I've been working on the
like us,
railroad.
black guys like
Yes, yes,
us.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Anything, we've been out here all day building railroads, picking cotton, yeah,
They've
exactly.
never finished.
Nope,
Massa got
nope.
me working.
Like Bender from Futurama. Whip me harder, you call that motivating me? Like
Oh,
But
the Reddit Dagoth error. He's hello farm equipment. Oh, sorry, Avalar.
that's
When he sees
no,
an
it's
Argonian.
yes. Hello, Pharma. Yes, exactly. Um it's yeah, that's if I have to say, if anybody walked up to me and said that and I didn't know them already, straight punch to the face. Like just straight. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna right in the kisser. Straight to the moon. Straight to the
Yeah,
moon.
I can
Like
say these things because we know each other. Don't go saying this shit to random people, even though it
yeah.
might be funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Know your audience, as they say. Know your audience.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, so yeah, well, we'll see what happens with the Netflix Warner Brothers deal, and Paramount may end up with the cable channels, and I think Netflix will be kind of like, okay, you can keep your dying linear TV,
Yeah.
we
You want to
don't
keep
want
your trash?
it. Exactly, exactly. Take the trash out. And Larry Ellison's right there with a bag. But yeah. So anyway, on in our next segment, where Connor's going to give us League of Legends updates. I'm very excited. Connor.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of new updates next season. First, they are removing, let's see, they're removing Otacon, which is a jungle camp you can take. Um, oh, and they're also removing feats of strength, which are if you do certain things early, like if you're the first person to take a tower or you draw first blood, you gain feats of strength, and then when you have enough, you could upgrade your boots, essentially, have like a little better upgrade. I think that's the only two things they were removing. And then we're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of buffs for top lane and for ADCs, I feel like. Each lane's going to get what's called a role mission, which you get it just by playing the game, so it's not really a mission. You just like play and then you get it. I'll start with the worst. Jungle and support
Oh no.
are gonna get junglers getting better smite upgrades. Whoop de fucking
Okay.
do. Meaningless. Support's gaining inventory space for control wards. I mean, that's nice
Yeah,
versatility, but
that is kind
overall
of nice.
compared to the others, nothing special. Mid lane receives an upgraded tier 3 boot enchantment, so basically what feats of strength are now, but just for mid laners, and I'm guessing they can get it no matter what. And a faster recall with a cooldown reduced by takedowns. I feel like it's just not gonna matter. Like, this fits assassins well, but assassins are already in such a bad place that, and it's just about to get worse for them when the other changes come, because ADCs are gonna gain bonus gold throughout the whole game and a dedicated 7th item slot.
What?
So they can put their boots in the 7th item slot and then have 6 legendaries by endgame.
Wow.
Top lane's getting the most buff in my opinion, which they're gonna get an extra teleport spell if they want to choose a different summoner. So 3 summoner spells, or if you already choose teleport, it'll be buffed. Increased level cap to 20, so they'll be able to get 2 levels up on every other champion. And bonus XP for minions for faster power spikes. Also, even though these are like inadvertent, but I still think top lane and ADC will benefit from this hugely, is that now tower plates are going to last the whole game and be on every single tower in the game.
That I appreciate.
That could be cool. Yeah.
What else was there? Oh, and then the new items. Let me save the most broken for last. Let's see. There's ones I haven't seen yet. I'll start with like those.
Original Lessons Reaver is back. No.
I appreciate everything. I appreciate everything you're saying, Connor. I am testing doing segment graphics for the show. So while you're talking, I am testing a segment graphic. So
Oh, nice.
we'll see if anybody likes it, cares about it, notices it. So anyway, continue.
I noticed, senpai.
Let's see. These look like support items. Bandle pipes. Nothing special stat wise. Passive slowing or immobilizing an enemy champion grants fanfare for seconds. Fanfare grants you movement speed. While you have fanfare, nearby allies, including yourself, gain attack speed. That's kind of cool for support players. Diadem of Songs. Gain percent heal and shield power while you and an ally healed or shielded in the last 3 seconds in combat. Each second heal the lowest health nearby allied champion. Okay, that's interesting. It's like a healing over time after you've healed. Extra healing. Whispering Circlet. I'm not reading the stats because it's just like they apply to the role unless they're important. More heal and shield power percent, and landing abilities grants max mana. Oh, it transforms into the Diadem of Songs. I'm assuming you start with tier. Okay, new tank item, Protoplasm Harness, 600 health, 15 abilities. Taking damage that would reduce your health below 30% causes you to gain maximum health for 5 seconds, then heal health over the duration. What the fuck? While regenerating health, you gain 15% increased size, 10% move speed, and 25% tenacity. That item's kind of crazy.
You're welcome, Cho'Gath mains.
Yeah, Cho'Gath's gonna love that. Dr. Mundo's gonna love that. What is this? This looks like an ADC item. Fiend Hunter Bolts. Attack speed, crit strike chance, move speed. Gain 30 ultimate ability haste. Oh no. After casting your ultimate, your next 3 basic attacks gain 50% in attack speed and critically strike for 75% of your normal critical strike damage for 8 seconds. If an attack would already crit, instead it deals 10% bonus true damage. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Master Yi is going to destroy people with that. It will be
Yeah, that's
carnage.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Twitch. There's a lot of champions that are gonna love that. Hex Optics C44's attack damage and crit strike, another ADC weapon. Magnification, deal up to 10% increased damage with attacks based on how far away the enemy is. And when a champion that you damage within 3 seconds dies, gain 100 additional attack range for 6 seconds. What the fuck? Yeah, ADCs are getting buffed.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
That is
That's
disgusting.
Gross. That's gross. Ooh.
Wait, how much attack range? 75? Did you say? 60?
100 additional.
100 additional. They double their attack range almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm getting to the final few. Okay, Mage is a good item. Hextech Gunblade is back with ability power, attack damage, and lifesteal. Gain 10% spell vamp, and the good old activate the lightning bolt.
Oh, good. Yep, very good.
It's cool to see this back, but I don't think it's like busted or anything. And then the last 4 are all pretty crazy. Actualizer, 90 ability power, 300 mana, ability haste. Mana made real for 8 seconds. This isn't active, I'm guessing. Your mana is empowered. While empowered, your spell costs 100% more mana. You gain increased ability damage, shielding, and healing, and your basic ability cooldowns progress 30% faster. Oh, wow.
Mm.
Oh wow.
And we're not even done yet. Fuck.
No, I see these. I hadn't read all of them, but I read these three, and I'm saving them for last. Dusk and Dawn. 300 health, 70 ability power, 20 ability haste, 25% attack speed. Passive spell blade. After using an ability, your next attack deals bonus magic damage on hit and applies on hit effects an additional time. Major problem item. Endless Hunger. 60 attack damage, 5% Omnivamp, 20% tenacity. Famine, gain ability haste, and Feast. When a champion that you damaged within 3 seconds dies, gain 15% Omnivamp for 8 seconds. It's gonna be crazy for brawlers. Like, Aatrox with this item is gonna be disgusting.
Aatrox, Vlad, Shaco.
Yeah, Vlad. Even
I mean,
like
my girl
Riven could
Vi.
be good.
Yeah, I was
Riven
about
could
to
be
say
good.
bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on Vi. This would be
my
gross.
girl. That will be good.
And then
Does that make
And I've
Vi
watched-
viable for jungle again?
Vi viable.
I heard it.
I
as I
mean,
was saying it.
It's a little. I'd say anything would help at this point because she's
It's so
hasn't
bad. It's
really
so we're
been-
so desperate. Yeah, we're so desperate. Yeah.
she hasn't really been taken care of that much. I don't think in a while. She got nerfed and then like they kind of fixed it and then this I don't know. She's meh. Much like other characters I play, I love the D tier class of characters for whatever reason. I seem to gravitate towards them. But yeah, anything would be good to help Vi because E her E and W after each attack, like you get like a spell shield or you get a shield percentage max health or something, and it's like sometimes it is either insignificant or it just feels like it doesn't matter. So I think it'll be useful for me at least.
Yeah, they should buff her or like rework her a little bit.
I would be down for a little rework on her. It doesn't need I like her kit, but just I don't know, it's missing something.
They should just make her tankier because it's like that build fell off, and then I feel like why she fell off is because they scaled like all their AD, so she was building like assassin items.
That's right. Yeah, they made
and
her
then
into
that
an
was
assassin.
way too strong on her, and so they like nerfed that or something.
Thanks, Riot.
Yeah, thank you, Riot.
Anyway, I'm sorry to go off on that. Continue.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Sorry,
glad
I've
we're all
derailed.
talking.
Yeah, I've
It's
derailed.
better than me
Continue.
just talking about items. But I've seen
Well, I don't want to be
this.
rude.
I've seen gameplay of this one because all these items are on the PvE right now. But this item's gonna be a major problem unless they change it or just get rid of it entirely. The Bastion Breaker, attack damage, lethality, ability haste. Its first passive, dealing ability damage to a champion or epic monster, deals an additional true damage. But then here's the really busted part. Sabotage. Taking out a champion within 3 seconds of damaging them grants Sabotage for 90 seconds. While you have Sabotage, your next attack against an epic monster or turret deals an additional true damage over 3 seconds.
Oh, over 3 seconds.
Yep.
That's
I've
an
watched
eternity.
people so far basically get one kill and shove lane once and take half of a fully plated tower.
That's horrifying.
I feel like there is something else they changed, but I can't find it. That's all everything coming to the next season.
Well, I'm not looking forward to getting pounced on and deleted multiple times.
I will definitely just be playing top if I play Summoner's Rift.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to go in and I'd be like bot, you could be bot, and I'll be your support, and we'll climb through ranked.
I would try bot too with the changes.
You thirsty, bro?
Yeah, I am.
He
Like the
just like
deserts miss the rain.
Spilled half of it on my face.
well, it was you know he lived for years under a waterfall, so that was the only way to really get water.
Yeah.
just, I'm just like,
Yes. Yes. That's
ah.
yeah. That's why when we come time to the full moon, we always have to put out the water dish with the mat because it causes a mess.
It was
Um.
splashing.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's fun. Excellent. Well, good. Lots of changes coming up at good old League of Legends. Pivoting from the gaming idea, we also have an update on the Metroid situation. This is kind of late breaking. Will and I were watching some videos last night about how bad Metroid is, and how difficult it is, and what they've done with it and all this sort of thing. So, um, Will, do you want to talk about that and I'll run some footage in the background?
Sure. Um, so yeah, what I mentioned about people screwing things up. Let me just pull a quick, get a quick fact finding tour here, real quick. When did? So no, Metroid Prime, the original one, released in November 18th, 2002. And the last Metroid game, Metroid Prime game that came out was Metroid Prime 3, which came out in August 27th, 2007. Then we didn't hear anything for near 20 years. And we got this fantastic release trailer. If you guys watched our episode or remember listening to our episode a few weeks, maybe a couple weeks ago, we watched the trailer, and we like many other people lauded it. It looks fantastic, but it was just Samus running through, fighting a few enemies, mostly environmental, showing like the storytelling and how you're going to be scanning and observing the general story and whatnot. And then everybody's all hyped up about it. And then they fucking pull the great switcheroo. They pulled the rug right out from under us, guys. They only showed us the parts that would get everybody excited because, um, for those who don't know, Metroid has never sold well in Japan, believe it or not. It's purely like a Western. The sales are based mostly in the Western markets. The Japanese apparently don't care for it very much. Some of them do, but it's very stark in comparison to the US. Um, so all their eggs are in the basket to the West. Like, that's the crowd we have to really please. And they've decided, Nintendo's leadership has decided that they want to go for a quote global appeal with their games going forward. Um, the great switcheroo that I'm talking about is, instead of enjoying Metroid Prime how you're used to enjoying Metroid games, even in the 2D ones, nobody talks. You're alone on an alien planet. There's a problem, and you got to figure it out. But there's no backup. There's no helpful sidekicks or anything. It's just you're a bounty hunter trying to figure out some stuff that's going on. What they did now was they showed that first, and then when the new trailers have come out, they have like put Steve Carell from The Office into this game.
It's such a good comparison.
It's that same humor. It looks like him. Like I don't. It's not, and it'd be one thing if it was just him, like it was a tutorial thing, but it's not. There's three to no, there's six other. There's six total operators, so there's five more of him, just with different personalities. Um, each in between each hub world, and driving your motorcycle through the cool new open world, which is a desert with nothing in it. Um,
Mm.
that you just drive around in to go in between places while your lackeys from the Federation base call and give you helpful hints. Hey, did you see that save point back there? That looks important. Hey, Samus, see those eggs? I wonder what those do. Hey, Samus, if you and they'll keep like chiming in or whatever. Um, as a quick aside note, just because we're on the part of the footage with the motorcycle, there is a radio that you can play music on the motorcycle. Unfortunately, it is locked behind purchasing the Metroid Prime 4 amiibo that will be sold alongside the game. So you cannot
Oh
turn on the radio in the game unless you put the amiibo on your Switch
God.
to prove that you have the amiibo or
Great.
whatever. Now, the way that they did this is kind of a cute marketing trick where they have Samus put some little key in, and the key is supposed to be like the amiibo thing. You're supposed to be, oh look, I'm putting the key in the motorcycle type thing, you know. Um, anyway, um, Joss Whedon, if they had to have like consulted him, it's like Joss Whedon came and slobbered all over Metroid, and it's this quirky, like witty, cringy millennial Gen X, late Gen X humor that's in like every Marvel movie
Big
nowadays.
Chungus, yeah.
Yeah, big chunk.
I will say that Nintendo's focus on global gaming is not unsurprising. Two markets are huge for them right now. One is MENA, Middle East, North Africa. The other is Latin America. And I know that because the producer for this show, Adonis, is in Ecuador.
Hmm.
Um, and we have other staff members across South America. And those markets are growing. Gaming, their incomes are rising. Gaming and entertainment is becoming a bigger market, and there's a lot of them. A lot of wealthier people in MENA, Middle East, North Africa. You have growing incomes there as well. And apparently, a lot of these Islamic people have decided, Switch, not so bad. Nintendo, not so bad. So, given that the growing markets are not North America, Western Europe, um, that's partly probably why some of these changes are being made. They're trying to hot games in Chile and
Hey, it's a
Argentina.
Moldago.
Oh, it is.
Bro,
Yeah.
fucking Legend. This isn't the new Metroid. This is the new Legend of Zelda.
Wow. Well, the thing,
That's
you're right, Cam. The rest of the world is coming online and is more keen with the idea of video games. Also, the availability, frankly.
yes, yeah,
Um, but there are a million different franchises you can do this to. Like, for whatever reason, Nintendo seems to get off on butchering their most beloved properties for their fans. Um, I don't know why, but it seems like they're dead set on doing it this time. There's the other thing is, if you why don't you skip back or skip ahead a little bit so we're back on the Metroid Prime 4 footage.
yeah,
Um, it's literally like, if you look at this, if our for our audio listeners, this is Samus driving around an empty open world in the desert, shooting at bugs and various desert creatures with her motorcycle powers. I guess I don't know.
yeah.
Um, there take a look at this game right now and remove Samus, remove the motorcycle, put in any other form of transport with any other character, and tell me this is not every other fucking open world game that is out right now. It's slop. It's cheap slop, and they are doing like everything possible to just like rape this franchise to just bleed money from it, which I get it. It's never made money anywhere else except America. But doesn't that, like, I mean, there's like some sort of thing about like brand loyalty, customer loyalty. It's like this franchise, for anybody who's not listening from the West, the nerd culture here takes the shit very seriously. I'm not even that mad about it. I'm a little mad because I do love this franchise, but there are people who are literally like have probably had aneurysms because of this news. Like, people over here take this shit really seriously. And we get profits, we get focusing on making things more available to younger kids and younger generations because ultimately they want money. But also, video games are a wonderful thing. It's just like there are a bajillion other games like this already. It's nothing. It's Metroid Pro. It's Samus has been put into a fucking Marvel cast movie,
Mm.
and she doesn't talk the whole time. It's just them talking to her. And it's not just Miles. You've got like a gritty sniper dude who's like the most fucking stereotypical, like, yeah, I've seen some action, type of shit.
Soldier
And
76.
and yeah, Soldier 76. was the other girl. I haven't seen all of the characters. I've seen 3 of them.
Oh, there's the lipstick lesbian.
Yeah, the lipstick lesbian. The one, she's like a pick me girl. She's a fangirl of Samus, and it's that weird community office like Donald Glover type humor. Like, oh my
Oh
god,
my
I'm such a
god,
huge
I love
fan.
you so
This is
much.
cringy. I love you so
Yes.
much. You know,
Like, I'm
and
just so
it
embarrassed. Like, oh my
and
god.
then
Like,
it's
it's
like,
just so cool to
cadet,
know you.
cadet, and then it like ends in awkward silence. You know, it's like, this is fucking dumb. What are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, go, you want to play fucking, I don't know, this? Go play Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. Go play fucking Borderlands. Go play, there's 4 of them now. There's
Yep.
2 different Tiny Tina games. It's first person shooter, objective accomplishing, follow point on map. That's what this has turned into. Hey Samus, you see the big light on your map? That looks important. You know, it
Yeah.
it's just they've just raped games to just be. It's like everybody. Oh, here's a great thing: Bloodborne, or is this
This
Elder
is
Ring?
Elden Ring. Yeah.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Everything has to be Dark Souls. Do you remember that phase when everything was
I think
Dark
that's
Souls?
actually the point he's making in this
You know,
video at this exact
it's like,
point.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Yeah, but
Yeah.
everything was Dark Souls. So then all of a sudden, everything suddenly became a Soulsborne element or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we have to have this weird reset enemies on rest type thing, and like high skill cap, quote unquote, games that test your patience. But then it's like, okay, now every game is like that. Bound by Flame, fucking Mortal Shell. There's, and also everybody compares the difficulty of games. Crash Bandicoot was compared to Dark Souls, the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy. They're like, this is the Dark Souls of video games. No, it's not. Dark
Ew.
Souls is just what it was. Dark
Ew.
Souls.
Ew.
let let Dark Souls be Dark Souls. Let Metroid be Metroid, what it always was. Like, this is like, for those who are fans of kaiju movies, you ever watch a Godzilla movie and think, boy, I really care about the human plot? Have you
Yeah.
ever given a single shit what any of the side characters, the human characters, are doing in Godzilla? We
No.
just want to
No.
see Godzilla.
Yeah.
They did this with Other M and a couple other games where they shoehorn in this like soap drama of Samus like having office banter and like office drama politics with like her commander, and some shoehorned romance that she's in love with her commander and whatnot. And they keep trying to shoehorn in characters from the Federation like we give a shit. They're all NPCs in gray uniforms. There is not a single thing unique about any of them. It is creatively bankrupt.
Now, remember,
How
we
am I
also
supposed to figure out that I'm supposed to shoot the big glowy thing on the door if I don't also have an NPC there to tell me, hey, that looks interesting? They should just put Navi. They should just put Ocarina of Time Navi in this.
Yeah, that would be better. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Just over
That's
and
all
over
she
again.
says unless you talk to her, though. That's all she says.
No.
She doesn't
What
have some quippy quote about how she's not stuck with Michael in the office anymore. Yeah.
No, I
Or
mean, this
Dwight.
is the same thing that has happened to Star Trek. After we were talking about this, I was
Oh
being,
my god!
Star Trek
Yeah!
has turned into whiny cry lesbian Trek, which is why I don't watch it anymore.
What's the name of the show that is the whiny lesbian one? What's the Star Trek? What is it?
Well, so the one's Discovery that kind of started it, and
Is
then
that the
there's
one that we saw last night?
yeah, and then there's also Section 31.
Oh my god! I had not even seen, like, I'm like barely a Star Trek fan. I like the William Shatner old ones, and I've seen some of the movies. But
Yeah.
like, I saw pictures of Discovery for the first time last night. Oh my god!
Yeah,
It's
bad.
It's not even Star Trek. You've got like brooding. It's just brooding. Like, everybody's on their period, crying. Even the men. It's like everybody looks like they're in like an ad for, like, I don't know, clothes designed for gay twinks.
Valium.
Like,
Like,
Valium, like everybody there looks like they're on pill. Like the fucking Klingon dude, he looks like he has his eyebrows manicured and he goes fucking shopping down on Rodeo. Like he
yeah,
doesn't look like a fucking Klingon. He
he's at
looks
Loro
just like some
Piana
brown kid
energy.
you swept off the street and put ripples on his forehead and told him to get out there, champ. You
Yeah.
know, like it looks fucking bad.
Yeah, no, it's so bad. SNL actually parodied it with a skit with Mikey Day that was so hilarious. About about it's like, oh yeah, well, it's like the shit may be in danger, but you yelled at Mackenzie and
Yeah,
she's gonna run off the bridge now and all this type of thing, and it's just like it's so yeah, and to make the point that unfortunately this is kind of where media and everything is going in our modern age, and I feel like this also gets back into who plays games, who loves them, who's buying them, trying to expand the audience, which is good, but also not catering to core players or core fans, which is a discussion we've been having since at least Gamergate, if not before. Like,
mm,
it's just emblematic of the same thing, and I think. At least for me, at first I kind of embraced it, but I feel like now it's gone way, way too far. And now it's like if you've been a fan of these franchises for a long time, they're actively might as well be sending you boxes of shit in the mail. This is one of
mm-hmm.
the NPCs, by the way, for the viewer. This dude
Yeah, he
here in the yellow
looks.
suit and everything. It's
It's
insane.
Samus, help me.
You said that right at the scene transition. Oh my god. Yeah.
Samus, help me.
I promise I'm trying to use the soundboard more. I'm trying.
We're learning the soundboard.
Yes,
Um,
yes. We're only on
it
episode
does.
24. That's
Like I don't know how to describe it like without sounding like an anti-Semite because that's not what I mean. But he looks like a certain type of person. Take Steve Carell and put a secular religion behind him and slap glasses on him. Like, but like you know what I'm talking about? That crew cut, like slight sweep, thick black rim glasses, big nose, fucking that like skinny fat like like Alex to borrow Alex Jones, a simpering fucking sap of like a man who is like, and they insert all this like wacky cringe humor like stuff, and it's like, oh, look at me, I'm Josh Whedon's fucking love child. Look at, and like a great example for anybody that's doesn't believe me with what I'm saying, and it's not necessarily like this isn't going to be the character more so about Josh Whedon versus Zack Snyder. Watch the original cut of the original theatrical release of Justice League because Zack Snyder directed half of it, and I think what happened was his wife was sick or something, and he had to leave production. So Joss Whedon offered to come over and finish the film, so they did to keep it on schedule and blah blah blah. But you can see the cutoff. It's about halfway through the movie. You can see the sharp contrast. It's a completely different movie halfway through. It turns into lighthearted Joss Whedon cringy quip banter. Also, Brian G 8428 Metroid Prime 4 Beyond a waste of money. Absolutely, you're absolutely right, Brian G.
yeah. I just wanted to put
Thank
that.
you for writing in. I appreciate you.
Yes, I wanted to put the comment up because this is one of the few live comments we get, but it was very germane to the discussion. So thank you, Brian, for writing in.
Yeah,
So
everybody looks like that whiny, like weak Steve Carell, like late Gen X, early millennial character. We're tired of this character. Please, can you give this character like a job that he belongs to?
But
Like,
an
but
accounting firm and a paper company.
Even though Samus is a really badass independent woman already, how will people know that if she doesn't have a bunch of sniveling, whiny male characters
that's
to
true.
bitch and moan and be helpless?
Yep,
Yes.
yeah. It's a woman's got to save the day again. That's another
That's
thing is like
sexist.
for the feminists out there, you should be appalled because
That's
Samus always
sexist.
it is. I mean, now
Yeah.
I didn't think about that before, but now from this angle, it is kind of sexist. But like in a way, it's like she's gone on countless missions alone. She's apprehended dangerous criminals, fought otherworldly monsters, all on her own, and saved species. It brought like scientific advancements back. Like and now you have to force her to have some whiny, whimpering like simp team behind. For what reason? It actively just holds her back.
Yep.
I feel like.
Yeah, I also feel like there's i- our culture is very individualistic, and I think we're probably more comfortable with that very individual, I don't need anybody attitude. Most of the regions they're trying to gain market share in would find that odd. Not that they couldn't or wouldn't play it, and Lord knows they have been in other areas,
Oh,
but like, it's also something where other cultures would anticipate a team and people and all this type of thing, and the game would seem lonely. Now, to your point, that's the way the franchise has been, you alone in the world sort of thing. But this just smacks of they're trying to appeal to other markets and they're losing core fans while they do it, which means the sales numbers are not going to be good because there's already videos about it, we're talking about it. All of this is not great for sales, Nintendo America,
oh yeah,
just by the
it's
way.
already
So
blowing. It's blowing up all over the place on them right now.
yeah, it's a huge problem.
And because
So
people bought it not realizing this before that information came, it is out now. I believe so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
Metroid.
you're right. I think I've seen some gameplay videos pop up.
yeah. So
Yeah, it is. It is available right now, but yeah, not worth $70.
and on the overpriced, not that great Switch 2 that people are still complaining about. So
Oh, it's already, and the regular Switch version. Yeah, the Switch 2 version is $70. The regular Switch version, Macy's, if you're really that interested in it, the cheapest price I see right now, Macy's has it for $50 on sale. Oddly enough.
What a fucking waste of money.
I mean, I just feel like I have 9 other games on my computer that are the exact same as this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go play Elden Ring, and at least it's actually fun.
yeah,
You know what they've made this into? I've just realized it. They've made this into Skyrim almost. First person exploration, and then they've forced you to do a bunch of side quests and tasks with your little goober squad.
Yeah.
we have the Goober Squad in STO when you do ground away missions, and this is one of the reasons I don't play Ground Trek in Star Trek Online. Is you have 5 other people, which is kind of nice as they can heal you and put up bubbles, and if you do all the weapons and abilities right, it can be helpful. But half the time, I just do everything, and they're standing there the whole time, like I'm busy, sort of thing. So another reason to not play Ground Trek, as we call it in STO.
That was
So
another era. Remember that where everything had to be Dark Souls, but before that, everything had to be Skyrim.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Everything had to be Fallout,
I mean,
or
the
everything had to
unfortunate
be Fallout 3. Excuse me.
I mean, it's something where when something has a great deal of success, a lot of companies end up trying to replicate it to see if they can get those players over or the same player base or whatever have you. It's like all cars look the same now because we found
Mm,
kind of the most efficient way to design a car. So now all cars look the same. Same thing with
yeah.
airplanes. All the personality of this stuff has been sucked out due to efficiency and cost cutting. It's the same thing happening in gaming. Somebody comes up with a decent thing that does pretty well, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it's the same thing with Fortnite and Battle Royale. They're shoehorning it in everywhere,
Mm.
everywhere. Like I'm waiting for STO to roll out 100 ship Battle Royale. I think the only reason they haven't done it is the engine can't handle it. But that's because it's old. But like everything, I mean, that's always the thing they're rolling out now. Oh, Battle Royale mode, all this sort of thing because Fortnite was successful.
Oh
It
yeah,
happened.
everything's
It
battle
keeps
royale.
happening. It keeps happening over and over again. So
Yeah, we don't need
it's
any more battle
annoying.
royales, please.
Yeah, we're
We
good.
No.
need we need open. If you're gonna do an open world, please, for the love of God, take the time and put shit in it to do. And um, also, a new poll survey came out, study came out that Americans say now, recently polled Americans say that they prefer the single player experience over multiplayer because I think the fatigue is real.
Well, I mean, how often have we talked about that there are some games we don't want to play unless us and all of our buddies are online, or at least the three of us, like so
Yeah.
that we only have to deal with two hangers on, like so, sort of thing. Like, I mean,
Oh
we've
yeah.
we've had that conversation where it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, like we can only play that if at least four of our friend group is
Yeah,
online,
there's like no point in playing ranked sometimes because you always get some fucking idiot on your team where it's like at least if you're all together on a team, it's like, well, at least we can say we all know what we're doing and we tried, you know.
Right.
But it's like you get even with four and then trying to keep with one random person, you'll get them they'll like leave or they'll just run it down mid or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
people are just not helpful. People get into games that they have no idea what they're doing and it drags everybody else down. And I think people are just fatigued of trying to of becoming invested in a multiplayer like experience, only to have it brought down like time and time again as the
Well,
player
that
base
was like
gets more
Marvel
massive.
Rivals. We were doing a stream. People can go watch this. Where it's like you stood on the point for what, a solid 2 minutes and nobody was there,
Yeah,
like
nobody
at all.
came.
Like nobody came. Sort
That
of
happens
thing.
all it happens all the time. You don't know how many times I'll go and just stand on the point. There's that one map where it's it's everybody converges on the point in a V, but there's two long tunnels and that one the points in a there's the pillars.
Yeah.
But
It's in the
everybody likes to
puddles.
fight in those tunnels. So you don't know how
Yeah.
many times the entire team will just be both teams will just be fighting in the tunnels and nobody is on the point. And I went over as the shark because he has infinite range with his mouth heal, his mouth gargle like blowing water at you.
Yeah.
So I literally just stood on the point and just sprayed in the general direction of the tunnel and healed my teammates while sitting on the point by
Yeah.
myself. Not a single person came over in the whole like 3.5 minutes that those matches go.
Yeah. No, there was lots of times like where it was one time we were playing and I was
But
doing
we
Doctor.
only won because I did that. If
Right. Yeah.
that's but like nobody the red team wouldn't have gotten on the point either. It's just nobody was on it. So
No, there was so many times I was like, I would be like Doctor Strange with the shield at the point, anticipating incoming, and everyone's fighting over by the spawn or whatever have you, and so I'm just standing there, being like, "Hi, call me," when you need something
yeah,
or whatever have
call
you.
me.
It's like I just met you and this is crazy, but if you'd like to join the point, please call me, maybe.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's no, it's a huge frustrating
There's
thing, but
there's one thing with like being new. I just want to say for people because people think gaming's intimidating and it's because of conversations like this where we bitch about people that aren't good at the game or whatever. Look, it's not that you're bad at the game. If you're trying, that is one thing, but if you're level 400 or something, I'm using this as an example. If you're any level greater than the level it's required to play ranked, let's say in league it's like what 15 you had to be. It's
Yeah.
like you should fucking know how to play the fucking game because like I don't know about you, the League of Legends tutorial is brain dead easy and you have to play so many games to even get to play ranked. So you should know what
Mm.
you're doing. Like, when you get into a ranked game, even if your teammates flame you, if your stats are showing that you're trying, that's all you need to know. But like you're level 400, either you have a cheat account and you walk into a game to just stand there and T-pose or be AFK, or you go into grief and like sabotage other people's games. Like you'll go in just to troll and just run it down mid. That's the saying, run it down mid, meaning for those who don't know in League of Legends, you run down your lane into the enemy territory and just let them kill you over and over. You give kills to the other team on purpose.
Time to run it down.
Yeah, when you see time to run it down, just start hitting the FF button. And
Well,
it's like,
boys,
yeah,
I died once and I'm down 2 CS. I'm gonna run it down.
time to throw.
time to
Yeah,
throw.
time
Yeah.
to fuck this. Unwinnable.
Yeah.
It's 13v6. Better surrender at 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're very long today.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
but
so wrong. I love it.
I know. For dessert, I have a fun quiz. Oh
Ooh.
wait, hang on. I have the wrong overlay. I'm experimenting with overlays. Hang on. Here we go. Nope, and we're gonna paste. There we go. I
Ah.
think we have two overlays. They can get rid of one. I'm experimenting. This will be smoother as I figure it out, but here we go. So, yeah. So for dessert, we have a question for the group. You can only pick one of these things, and they are as follows: an 850 credit score, $5 million cash, $5,000 a week for life, 50 acres of land, 50 cents per second for life. Which are you
That one.
taking?
I'm taking that one.
I was gonna say number 5.
Yeah. 50 cents per second for life. Yep.
To your like every hour, 50 times 60 is what, 3,000
I
cents.
just
That's
so you know,
$30.
I peeked at it and I did the math here.
Oh,
I
you've
did the
done the
math.
math. Good. I can't do
Yeah.
math. With this, I'm famous for being unable to do math. Please talk real numbers.
So the what did I say? There's 86,400 seconds within the day, and then divide that by 2. So 43,200, I think, would be correct. And then that's um, for 24 hours, right? And then times that by 365. Whoops, 364. Whoops. It's about 15 million or $800,000 for a whole year.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, no, that's better than anything. Yeah, I mean, five is definitely the winner. Although I'll admit I wasn't necessarily the 50 cents for per second for like the math on that checks out because that's $50 million a year. I was being very romantic. I was going for
Hmm.
the 50 acres of land sort of thing, but that I think that's my romantic side sort of thing.
Oh,
But
it's a
yes,
strong choice too.
yes, in terms of ROI, five is definitely good. It's $15 million a year. You can live quite comfortably on that for the foreseeable. And I will be living in a shack on my land while you guys are balling. I will be, sort of
Well, I'll
thing.
have so much money that I can just give it to you. So
Like,
Yeah,
it's like
even
no.
if one of us had that, no one in our entire like branch of people we know would ever have a problem again.
I mean, here's the thing: it's like if you guys took the 50 cents per second and I took the land, we could build a compound. That's thinking
yeah,
strategically. Yes, yes, we could build, and
and
then
a
bring
moat.
in yes the best most ball in this internet, a really awesome studio, all this type of thing. And yeah, and we
I think,
can
yeah, I mean, they're all good choices. 5 is definitely the most lucrative.
yeah.
850
One,
credit
no one
score.
cares. Okay, so you can borrow money cheaper. No one cares.
Yeah, no one
Like,
cares. 5 million in cash. That's pretty good.
not bad. Yeah.
5K a week for life is also really good.
It's 20,000 a month, not too bad. Yeah. So it's yeah. No, I thought
I
that
would.
was a fun dessert discussion. So
Oh, I like that. Well, I got something to because we're big ballin' now. Now,
yeah.
if you're a big baller and you want to take a bubble bath, how do you take the most baller bubble bath that you know how? Connor, how do you ball in the bathtub? What are you putting in the bathtub?
Her name's Ling Ling.
Yeah, Ling Ling, a ball in the bathtub, huh? I think we have to like take a ball and vehicle and chop it up so that it is the bathtub, and then
Mm.
fill that. Like just chop the top off of something.
What would you fill it with? You're just water?
Hmm. No, we'll fill it with red wine, I guess.
Ooh, nice fancy
Yeah.
red wine. Ooh.
You can bathe in wine in Armenia.
Hmm.
Oh, so
Yeah.
and in your nice Lamborghini Aventador.
Yes. Yes. That's
How do you
I
ball, Cam?
well, I mean, this discussion is difficult because I'm kind of a bit of a basic a basic bitch, I guess.
Well, now
Um
you have money, so you can ball.
I mean, I would probably pay to build very traditional Roman baths. So I love visiting the Roman baths in Berkeley Springs in West Virginia. And it's an open square tub, it's like your personal hot tub sort of thing. And then the fresh water from the spring is then pumped in. It's a wonderful warm temperature. You have to drink water during it because you kind of get over hot. I would definitely do something like that with water, lovely soaps from La Ocitane, um, some attractive people. I'm bi, so like a boy and a girl who are both flexible would be fun. Um, and and then like, and I would also have like fruit and vegetable and like something to
Ooh.
drink. And if I could, put all of this in a great location like Miami or Dubai or Bali or Saint Tropez, that would be even better. But I mean, also wonderful linens, excellent washcloths, excellent towels. The air is perfumed, rose petals. I'm that guy. Like while Connor's chopping a Crown Vic to tool around town
Yeah.
with his tub, I'm like I was like I want to be I want lovely music and all this type of thing. And yeah, that's how I would if I just kind of made it kind of like, oh yes, it's time for my daily bath. You need to bring all the food, all the vegetables, the drink, and call guy thing one and thing two, and we're gonna get washed, sort of thing. So, but
I would have I would have my baller bath would be a giant like floor level rainforest shower, but like with jets
Mm.
that surrounded you and that could go up to, you could keep increasing the temperature. Like, I don't know about a lot of you guys, you take lots of hot showers. Some people like hotter showers than others. I like a hot shower, real hot shower. But instead of water, it would be ambergris.
ooh, I don't know that you'd want to bathe in that though.
Well, but I'm balling. I'm
Yeah.
It's a lot of money though. You know how much I'm spending on this?
But that's whale vomit. They use it in perfume.
I know. I know. It's expensive stuff.
I mean, I don't does it, but the smell, just like it
Gonna
is
smell great.
famously it is famously very stinky. I mean but from a let's spend as much money as possible perspective, you can't do better. That stuff goes for thousands of dollars a pound. I
I
mean,
bathe in
yeah.
ambergris every day. 200-degree ambergris
It's gonna
coming out of a jet
My
spa.
my yes, my advice
scent
is
is gonna fuse with your
ventilation.
skin.
I am mostly whale now. I have inhaled enough whale fumes to have become whale.
He's starting to grow
I
a
could make you
tail.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could make you one. Haven't you always felt like you're not really who you are inside your own body? I give you a little dolphin plasty. A little whaloplasty, maybe?
Little fins.
You Jews can't play basketball, Kyle.
No.
You need a knee grow plasty.
Yes. And
KNEGROW.
yes, and as we know, gingers have no soul.
That
Jews
is
can't play
true.
basketball. Gingers have no soul. These are the laws of the universe. We don't write the rules. That's
There's
Matt
that's
Parker and
terrible.
Trey Stone's job. So
They say the ginger community received a lot of hatred for the no souls thing.
they do. It's
Mm.
true. It's true.
They
But-
deserve it. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I mean, kind of. They are a genetic anomaly that won't exist by the end of this century. So
Wow.
yeah, there's very specific genetics that cause that, and they're due to interbreeding with other people. It's dying out.
Wow.
So-
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It'll be more like seeing a unicorn.
yeah, it definitely. I will say this: like after it quits being so common, if those regressive genes come out in somebody, you will stand out like a sore thumb on a fence. I feel sorry for a red-haired kid in like 2100.
It's gonna be like the kids also like it's gonna be the same stigma like kids who had who were left-handed. They're of the devil.
Yes.
You're gonna become that level of anomaly.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah, because it will be so uncommon, just so uncommon.
They said God said that your hair is red because your dad's gay. And,
And
no,
has a
he's
small
not
penis.
gay. No, no.
Although the way
Just kidding. He's
society's
just
going by
crying,
that
getting
time, it
bullied,
might
and
be
the
your dad's
teacher
straight.
comes over. He's like, he's got a gay dad, and all the kids point and laugh. And then he
Oh
shaves
man.
his head
Oh,
and
sad but
moves.
true. All right, guys.
Kids are
Well,
mean.
oh, well, we've gone on an hour and a half today. We went long, but we have a great group. We had
Nice.
7 viewers. We have 7 viewers right now. We had a great group
Hey,
today,
thank you
between
for
5 to 7.
watching.
So yeah, so thank you
Thank you for
everyone for
being here.
watching. Yeah. So well, final thoughts and chuckles before we close it up today.
None for me. None for me.
Yeah. I do want to remind everyone, one, you two should stay around for a moment after I stop the live, to talk about the Christmas show, because I want to remind everyone next week is our big Christmas show. December 17th is the big Christmas show. It'll be probably our last show of 2021. I don't know if we're going to do one the week of New Year's. But
Oh, I remembered something too. Continue.
yeah. But so next week is the big Christmas show. So we'll plan some interesting things for that. I already put in a segment for fun Christmassy wintertime moments in gaming because I have some fun things from Guild Wars to talk about. And yeah, and so it'll be our last chance to catch Connor before he's conscripted to the North Pole again, as he is every year.
Bye bye.
And
Time to
exactly.
make choice.
Exactly. Hi ho, hi ho. And so yes, I want to run everyone the Christmas shows next week. But otherwise, please catch us online, TLJ_joke on Instagram and TikTok, and find all of our links and new material at thelivingjoke.substack.com. And I will see you next week. That's Will. That's Connor. My name is Cameron. This is the Living Joke Podcast. Thank you all so much for listening.
This Friday, the 12th, when doing a 24-hour stream, so you'll keep an eye out.
Oh yeah, and that'll be on our Rumble channel. So you can just look up the Living Joke on Rumble. That'll be there. And there's links to all of the streaming things on the Substack. So just head over to thelivingjoke.substack.com and you can watch Will's 24-hour stream. Those are always tons of fun. So, but all right, guys, have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday. Bye bye now.
See you, everybody.